Today is the first installment of a Corvair Hoarders documentary or TV show or whatever you want to call it. I drove out to a little town in the Coast Range and met with a guy who builds Corvair motors for sandrails that he's raced. And he's not really a Corvair guy per se, he's just built a lot of motors for his personal sandrail projects, but he has a lot of cool stuff laying around, a lot of scrap. A few 140s, but he's got one in particular that's pretty special that is worth checking out. This is the first time I've done this, filming somebody, so I was a little shy in introducing him and everything, but I'll be out there again, I'm sure, and I'm going to be doing a lot more of these because I want more works. So, let's check it out.
Yeah.
Yep, it's pretty legal. It's a pretty legal sand wheel. And,
oh yeah, I'm already seeing the parts here.
Yep, okay, so, shoot.
Here it comes.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so real quick, we got a 110 motor here. Basically, you know, I mean, that was the core. Got a later trans and transaxle there.
Cool.
We got an early transaxle there, early transaxle here.
All right. Nice. You know which is this a 4-speed or?
Yeah.
I'd imagine it is if you're doing sandrail
Yeah.
stuff.
Most all the stuff I have is 4-speed. I do have one automatic. Okay, we'll just go ahead and step in. Like I said, so this is kind of a little tuck away here. So, got a 110 motor here. This was supposed to be a good motor. You know, it's been years. You know, basically when I'm looking, I look at the cooler. That kind of gives away whether it, you know, what
is that a 10 fin there?
Well, it's the later fin. It's the later thick fin.
Yeah.
You know, then same thing. This is the later fin. You know what the early fin looks like, right?
Well, I guess I don't know if I could distinguish them from early or late.
Okay, this is a 60 motor. You can tell the fan.
Yeah.
That definitely tells you it's early. Then I've got all the, you see the remnant carb parts and carbs. Some of them good still carb parts. I got rebuild kits.
Oh, you got rebuild kits, huh?
Yeah.
I might have to get a couple of those.
Let's see, not very much for rebuild kits. Let's see. let's see, we got 1, 2. I think I got like 4 alternators. And like I was telling you before, you can take those alternators and you take the bases off, and you can get the single wire GM charging alternator.
Yeah.
And you can take it apart and redo it, you know. So I mean, and that's definitely the ticket. That's what I did with the buggy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, all the parts swap over real easy. You know, it was really easy to do it that way. The other thing was the you know, as far as ignition, using that Petronics.
Yeah, I have had Petronics.
Yes, I mean, talk about a point saver.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else I got?
There's a cool old metal cabinet here too. I think pretty neat.
Except it's buried, and I don't think there's anything inside of it right now.
Looks like an old fridge.
Yeah. So this is like the about a '67 air cleaner setup. This is earlier. I don't know what that one was. Oh, this particular one you can run like an air cleaner like this on.
Yeah.
Several remnant jugs, heads.
Got some heads, huh?
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, got another transmission here. Another early transmission here. Got another transaxle there. That's the automatic transaxle right there. So there's an automatic, you know, the power glide on the other end of that.
Oh, cool.
Let's see. I don't know where the headers went. Oh, there they are. God dang. Chrome valve cover, such as the chrome though. What we got in here? Some of it, what is it? Early gaskets and stuff, just like that. This is why it looks like
those cherry bomb exhaust back there.
Yes, it's on instead of the top, they got the exhaust.
Is that for, like piped for a sandrail or?
Yeah, the headers. But where are they? Here's the torque converter. Huh. Oh, I'm not seeing it. Several yokes, some drums. Most of the stuff, okay, so, you know, in a sandrail, we favored running, I favored running the late, you know, the 110 motor to 140 motor, the later motor with the early transaxle. Because you generally were running a lower ring gear.
Okay.
But then, of course, when I did my buggy, I built it with a 4 spider gear and, you know, beefed it up and stuff. Now I'm kind of wondering.
You're going to wonder where those headers are, huh?
Yeah, that's kind of going.
Looks like an old bomb shelter.
Yeah, it's a portable latrine. Storing everything in a latrine. Let's see. An old generator there. 2 generators. Bell crank. You get your drive input shaft there. So that has to be going. I'll have to dig through there and see. So we got an automatic bell housing there. So
okay.
And I toyed with thinking about maybe building that to go automatic in the fan. To be honest with you, the power glides. They're actually a pretty cool setup. They only use 2.5 horsepower. So you know, of the transmissions, that's the best one for an automatic to use. And you can get all kinds of performance kits for them and stuff. So. Okay, watch your step coming down.
Sure.
we didn't get a full picture in there, but I think
Would you be willing to sell that whole lot?
that's exactly what I want to do. I'd rather just sell everything. And as far as the sand rail I got, the frame, that's sitting on another property, and what I should have done is just snapped a bunch of pictures. I will snap a bunch of pictures and send them to you if you want.
Well, I'm building Corvairs. I'm not doing any sand rail stuff.
I understand, but that's if you're saying that's got a motor and trans in it too.
Oh, okay.
It's set up that way. Let's see. The guy that I sold the sand rail to, I was trying to work in my package deal to sell them all the parts and everything, and that didn't really.
That looks pretty clean down there.
See, now, remember what I was telling you about? That's that balanced blueprinted motor. But you see what they did with the heads? They put they remodified the heads so they're like extra big porting. It's got the custom valving. Pretty much that's what when I was pricing out all the motor crap, like the jugs and that forged pistons, got the custom rods. Yeah, I mean there's like I said, between this and the other performance stuff, I mean we're looking at five grand worth of crap if you go and buy it from Clark's.
Yeah.
And that's not even the little trinkety stuff, all I was adding was just the bigger stuff,
Yeah.
You can get carried away with all the little crappy shit. Then this is basically a Core 140. Basically what I was going to do...
Yeah, this is the 140 here.
What I was going to do was I was going to just go ahead and take the heads off of that, because...
Heads off of that one there?
Yeah, the heads up and take the jugs off and try to build this one instead and put the heads from this one on and make a 140, just a real good 140.
Yeah.
And then the rest of that, I don't know. The heads I was going to sell separately because I didn't even include the price of what those heads probably are going to be worth, because I know a custom head like that for somebody building a fuelie motor.
Well, that's ridiculous.
It's going to be freaking $1,000 heads, I bet. So easy. So,
do you know where you got those heads from?
I got them from a guy down in Toledo, but he ended up getting them from somebody else over in Bend. And I kind of started doing some cross-referencing, after you spawned me into all this here and what I had it sitting in here, and on the black plastic I had everything all covered. I Cosmoline stuff and made sure when I put it all away, I just packaged it all real nice and tight and stuff. And it's looking like the guy he got it from probably was in his 80s back then. And I don't think he's back around anymore, so I can't get any more history out of it.
It would just be nice to see some paperwork for that, just to know who built it and what this,
Right. I know. So there's, little parts here and there.
That's pretty nice. That looks really clean.
That's just a, nice polished up aluminum top mounting. And then you got your new, I believe that's one of those reman Clark's top blower bearing.
Oh yeah.
And then this is the really ultralight fan here. So they really spent the money. I mean, it was obvious they were going all out with the stuff. I don't think they even got to the rockers and stuff, because these just look like stock rockers. That's basically what I got with the thing. The guy is still down there in Toledo, and it's really a funny story on that one. I got rid of a 65 Dodge pickup, a short box, and I restored it, and I sold it to a guy that his house, he lost his house in the Paradise Fire down in California,
Yeah.
And I sold it for $9 grand, and the guy he drove it as a daily driver almost over here in Dallas for a while and in Fall City and stuff, and then it sat there parked for sale for a while. He put different wheels on it and it looked ugly after he changed the wheels and stuff. And anyway, he put it for sale. He sold it to, there's more distributor crap and another fan. Oh, I think that's the fan. Is that the fan? That's the fan off of this motor. This motor did run, I guess, but then when he sold it to me, they pulled the carbs, and who knows? I mean, they'll tell you whatever they're going to tell you. It did turn over. I haven't seen either one of them up there. I'll have to do some digging around.
It's
I may have them in another shed up in another piece of property, too. I'll have to look through there. So, like, when I was running the sand rail, that was one thing. I was doing a lot of experimenting with carburation and stuff like that.
Sand rail, your wife did.
Yeah, right.
She can drive, you can't.
Yeah, right. She drove that thing once.
I know.
I know, once, and I was lucky to have her even do that. So,
yeah, these are cool. This is good stuff.
So the Clarks, what they promote as far as using the single. This is the Clark unit here. This is what I was keeping for the 140. That's what I was going to run when I was going to build the other 140 motor, and then just stick the carb on it. That's a 390 there. Shoot, that carb from Clark's is 630 something bucks.
Really?
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, and then I've got a bunch of other carb stuff, but this is a 390. The other one's 450. Which these things will run a 450. I'm just letting you know they're very undercarbureted.
Yeah.
I mean, it's surprising what they will take. So that's a Holley projection system, and so I was running that for a while.
This here?
Yep.
What? Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. That's strange.
That's the so you can run injection.
Wow.
Now, I don't know what happened to the brain or the box, but it was probably just as well because it was early stuff. You can go and get the box from Mega Squirts and make it just totally fully programmable for like $250. So it's like if I was to reset something up, that's probably, to be honest with you, that's probably the way I'd be looking. But lots and lots of homework if you don't know much about injection.
I don't mess with injection.
See, and that's
I'd rather tune 4 carbs than do anything with injection.
and like as far as a street motor, that 140, the 140 is probably a real good way to go.
Yeah.
Now, in this country, the 140 with this setup or that setup with that carb, that would be, as far as if you don't want to have to tune.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even with those 4 carbs, they still weren't enough carburation.
Right.
You
yeah.
know?
I don't have the experience with them, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the biggest problem is you can find. I mean, I've seen these with just this and this.
Yeah.
But with these 2 logos, which is what makes it individual. And I don't know if you can see, that's VW with a cross through it.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. You got a pair of them?
Yep.
Those came from Clark's?
No, they're not Clark's. It's SC Performance, which is Southern California Performance.
Okay.
And they used to build, they build valve covers and conversion kits to mount V8s to the Corvair setup. Okay. The guy, if you kind of do some looking online, you can kind of see that. Me, myself, like my early days in high school in the 70s, we were running a Bonneville racer that was a mid-mounted
cool.
small block in a Corvair. But all it was the body and the front end. I mean, really, to be honest with you, because everything going back was, quick change rear end. It wasn't even anything to do with Corvair. So,
Yeah. There's a mid-mounted V8. It's pretty damn cool.
Yeah. And
which is where the Corvair could have gone.
And what we did for a while was back then to run in the 4-cylinder class, we blocked off 4 of the cylinders on the small block to run in 4-cylinder class, and we ended up getting records in the 4-cylinder class with that car on Bonneville.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. But anyway, this is kind of another issues here. Okay, so this is the pan this is the auto pan. Okay, so you can see as far as the aggressive cooling for the oil.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that right there is almost $300. Then you've got the spacer. This spacer here, that's $250. And then you've got the pickup tube, you know, the extended pickup tubes.
Yep.
And basically by running this, it adds an extra oil to it. So and then I mean, this is the hot ticket as far as performance wise. Then you run this as far as your filter, your spin-on filter.
Oh yeah.
So that, you know, you're cooling that much oil. So the more oil you put in it and keep it cool, it adds to the cooling, along with the outside fin, you know, as far as that one goes. So,
Okay.
You know, I'm just telling you kind of some of the performance stuff that
Yeah.
you can do. You know, now what you're planning on building is just, you know, just a get around rig, and that's just fine. I mean,